TitleMatchNetwork.com.
What are your feelings on the whole tragedy with Chris?
Well, this is the whole thing. Afterwards, they, did the autopsy on his brain and everything and said that he had...
multiple concussions, right? Is that what
they said he had the brain of an 80-year-old Alzheimer's patient. And, I talked to Chris a few days before all that shit happened. The police, everybody called me and everything because they went through his phone records and all that. Chris did the thing with Nancy, spent the whole next day with Daniel, then did the thing with Daniel, then spent the whole next day by himself, did the other things, and then, did himself that night and all that, and, it wasn't Chris. Chris wasn't there. I mean, we both know Chris.
Yeah. He stayed with us when we were in the park.
Could you ever, would you have,
never.
He has children. Would you have not thought twice about giving your children to him to watch?
Oh. Yeah.
It was Chris. Chris was the shit. And unfortunately, things happen and, like the Owen thing,
Right.
Shit happens.
Do you think there was a domestic problem in the house, obviously, before the...
Well, the thing was, like we were saying, as far as godfathers in wrestling go and everything, when I first started and everything, I would say my godfather was Kevin Sullivan. And Kevin, Kevin and Nancy and all that and blah, blah, blah. And, after the whole pretend gimmick with Kevin and Chris and Nancy and all that, and then it turned out to be real and everything. Later, Nancy was like, saying, if anything ever happens to me, look to Chris
right.
and all that and blah, blah, blah. But, we know Chris Chris was just the greatest, Chris was...
Yeah, I was just with him like 6-7 weeks before that because that's when I was starting back, And he seemed fine.
Chris was always really quiet.
Very quiet.
That's what they say about serial killers, right?
Right. Right. What are your thoughts on all the deaths in pro wrestling? And what death has hit you guys the hardest?
Yoko, Owen.
Yeah.
Boy. Yoko, we used to spend weekends at
Yoko was
Yoko's
family.
house.
Yeah, it was family. It was family and everything. If you ask me, the one that really the one that really broke me up the most was going back to the Chris Benoit. Well, Chris Benoit.
Right.
But Chris Benoit. But on a side note to this was I get a call from Chris telling me about Ray, about Boss Man. And after he left, it was me and Taker. We traveled a lot and everything, but when we weren't traveling, when we had different schedules, it was me and Boss Man and Terry Reynolds. And Ray was awesome to me. And I got the call from Chris in tears and everything, and I was like, Ray was one of the nicest guys. Yeah. And this is the thing, he stopped, he got into shape, he lost 100 pounds,
Right.
and he had a heart attack. It just, when it's your time, it's your time. Let me say this. This is, everybody, they're going to do the interviews and they're going to do this, and like WWF fucked me, WWF did this and everything. WWF was the best thing that ever happened to me. Vince, Linda, Shane, and Stephanie, although I was the first wrestler to ever ask Stephanie McMahon out on a date.
Huh.
You know, we're the greatest people in the world. But everybody, I mean, when I was a baby, I knew what wrestling was from my family. And then when I started, they all said, okay, you're going to be a wrestler. You're going to need surgery. You're going to do this. You're going to be crippled by the time you're this age and that age and everything. And I was like, okay, is it worth it? And I'm like, yes, of course it's worth it. I need a hip replacement. I need a total reconstruction on my ankle. I need, I broke my neck. You know.
So you're saying you're not going to come back with me and try one more time?
I would love to. I would love to. You're the only thing
I
that
agree
can get
with
me
you.
back. But wait a minute, this is what I was say. Everybody knows everybody knows what's going to happen. So these fucking bastards, Marrow, and these guys that say these people fucked them, these guys, okay, guess what? You knew what you were getting in for. You knew the consequences. The day that I signed up, Steve Kerr said, you're going to be, you know, in pain. You're going to be this. You're going to be that. Dusty Rhodes said, you're going to be this and that and everything. And you've got to decide if that's worth it. And in my opinion, athletes, rock stars, all this. Professional wrestlers are the amalgamation of all of them.
There's a little piece.
All athletes want to be fucking rock stars, and all rock stars want to be athletes. And we were the only people that got to do both. So for them to say, I blame Vince, I blame that, you know what? I love Vince McMahon. I would right now, if he called me up, I would do anything he wanted from me. So fuck them. They knew what they were getting in for. They knew the fucking risk. They knew before they put their fucking first pair of boots on that people die, people get paralyzed, people get hurt. One of our best friends, Darren Drosdorf, who I still talk to, is a perfect example. And guess what? I really don't think that he would, you know, I mean, I can't speak for him, but, you know what's going to happen.
Right.
Don't blame it on fucking Vince.
Well, just like me, I broke my neck.
He broke his fucking neck. And then like 3 weeks later, we had a match in the brand new arena in Boston. And Pat Patterson and fucking Jack Lanza pulled us into the fucking locker room or into the shower and said, okay, we know what happened and all this stuff, but this is first night, brand new arena. We need the fucking doomsday device. And I looked at him and I said, I'll do it.
This is after you broke your neck and you just came back?
After he broke his neck. No, he didn't come back. He never stopped.
Wow.
He
I was out
continued.
5.5 weeks. I was supposed to be out 20 weeks.
Yeah.
And I was out 5.5.
And I said, I will do it. I said, I'll do it. I'll take it. Because I know I have the ability, I have this Cactus Jack ability to be able to turn myself into jelly at any time to where I can just, you know, splatter on the ring and not get hurt and everything. And these people that say that Vince made him do this, Vince made him do that, Vince did this, guess what? Vince has done worse, bigger stunts, Shane and all that than anyone in wrestling. So if you're going to say that, then fuck you.
The only thing about that situation is we were a little concerned about Hawk that night.
Hawk was in his
So I
fucked
said,
up area.
well, I don't want to do the flip.
Yeah.
So they said, okay. The said animal go down with you.
See, that was the thing. There's two ways. You can either both
back.
fall or
Right.
take the flippy.
But they come back and said the office wants you to do the flip.
I said, I'll take the flip. I said, I know. I leaned totally to the side. He hit me. I did a little, but
I did. I said, okay, I'll do the flip.
yeah.
And Hawk being, we love Hawk to death, and we took care of him quite a few nights. And but that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm trying to get across is that, we paid our dues. We never whined. We smiled a lot. We did what we were told, and I just want Vince to know that we were loyal to him, and we worked fucking 110% every night. And I don't blame anybody, but it happened.
It happens.
Did he apologize after the match? Did Hulk apologize after?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we do stuff every night that could kill someone and has killed someone. And we know that. And to lace your boots up and do it is something which really pisses me off about nowadays. Because these guys get no respect. They don't fucking care. They don't know. I mean, they don't know who we are, So, fuck them, I mean, bitter about the business? Not at all. Bitter about the people? 100%. I left on good graces. I left still friends with the McMahons. I still get a check from them every 3 months. And, it's ridiculous. Fuck these fucking people. Everybody's got somebody else to blame. You know what you're getting into. It's like football. It's like this. It's like this. Okay. Hey, come to my amusement park. Okay. All right, here's this roller coaster. It's the most awesome roller coaster you've ever seen. But you could get hurt on it.
Right.
So, it's up to you. So, fuck them. Mark Marrow, fuck him. He's been, and I watched the thing, with Black.
Benoit, you mean?
No.
Steve Blackman. Yeah,
Steve Blackman. And, they don't believe, there's no love in the business anymore. There's no way to, we started out I started out in Florida. He started out there. We learned this. And you know what? In Florida, it was a different style. And in Memphis, it was ha-ha in Memphis. It was hard, it was like shoot style here. It was this, that. And we fucking did all that and learned and became it. And to sound cocky or not, I think we were the best. In my opinion, Bobby and Dennis were the best tag team. But I think me and him were the best.
But we could have had a good match with
I think we were the best people at making anyone look good.
Yeah, and even
Furnace on the Fine, you guys worked too, right?
Yeah.
Loved them.
Yeah.
Terrible
Like
wrestlers.
pulling teeth, but good people.
Blackjacks.
The Blackjacks. That's a weird story because we had a match with them like 2 days after we were on the road. I came home from the road, and my mom and my family had taken a vacation up to his house and was staying with him. And I came home and I opened my house, and my cousin, who lived with me, had killed himself. And, and I had to call up there with my family and him and everything like that and do the whole thing. But then we still got on the plane. We went there and we did a match with Blackjacks in like Vancouver or something. Mm-hmm. And, we did it. You do your job. This is what it is. It's P.T. Barnum. Vince McMahon is the P.T. Barnum of our era. And guess what? Fuck everybody else. Do what you gotta fucking do. You know, if you love it. That's what I hate. You know, I'm now in the chef business and everything. And I hate people that come to work and hate their job. Guess what? Fuck you. Quit your job and do something you love. In our economy,
You ain't gonna find anything.
you can find something.
Right.
You can always do something. Fuck unemployment. Fuck this. Just do what you love.
What?
My brother, perfect example. My brother lied about his age when he was 14. Got a job bagging groceries for Albertsons. 25 years later, he's a store director and runs an entire store. Albertsons just got bought out by Publix. He's out of a job. 25 years of that, nothing.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. So guess what? Why not do what you fucking love? I mean,
We did.
we did, and we will do. And you know, fuck these people. I'm not a computer guy and this, and I've heard, you know, the people like, oh, this guy did me wrong, this guy did me wrong. Guess what? You're a fucking adult. You're an adult. You're responsible for all of your action. If this guy starts doing something wrong to you, then leave. We have the greatest job in the world.
Without a doubt.
I've done except for crack and heroin. I've done every drug in the world. I've had every high. I went and saw fucking Beauty and the Beast on Broadway on mushrooms. And it was awesome. I've just spent almost over $200 for Neil Diamond tickets, who's like my idol, and I have fucking acid that the guy gave me. And I'm going to take it. You know what you're doing. So guess what? If you have to blame somebody, then you shouldn't be in it. So fuck you. Fuck all these people that do these shoot interviews and just bitch about Vince McMahon and all that. Guess what? Vince McMahon made you a fucking mint. Vince McMahon made you a fortune. The only person I can't speak for is him because of his situation with his neck and all that. But
The only thing I regret is we didn't get that second chance after that.
we didn't get the second chance, but in my opinion, we got the respect. And the respect is more than that to me.
TitleMatchNetwork.com